Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be looking at what I promised you last week. This is it. This is the Seiko SNZH55, or we can call it the 450 Phantoms, right? Or the Seiko 50 Phantoms, whichever way you want to roll with it. So this is the watch, and first let me get the basic dimensions out. Now that we are done with the dimensions, let's take a dive into what this watch represents. What Seiko have given us here is, yes, an all-full class, but besides that, they have given us a watch with that 50 Phantoms air, that aura, I can say, to some extent. It's not exactly a homage, it's not exactly 100% inspired by the Blanpain 50 Fathoms, but it has that air, especially if you notice the hands. The handset is where it really, you can really draw the similarities between that brand and this. But besides that, the bezel, no, the case shape, the case thickness, the bracelet wise as well, no, not really. But if you are looking to get something that has that Blanpain 50 Fathoms aura, that feeling, then maybe this might be your best bet. But this is not exactly the ideal watch, because in my previous video I had mentioned that there is a better alternative, which is the Seiko SNZH55, which comes in a more versatile steel tone or stainless steel model. I would say that's better for everyday use, unless you don't mind standing out in the crowd with a gold tone diverse watch, but essentially the choice is yours. It is also important for you to consider the fact that this watch can be modded, and there are a number of retailers online who actually offer mod kits such as dial set, hand set, bezels. You can really dig through and check them out. Should you actually purchase this and want to mod it to have more of that Blanpain 50 Fathoms vibe, you can do it. It's very much doable, and I would strongly recommend the SNZH55 should you want to do it. In the heart of the watch, powering the watch, is a Seiko 7S36 movement. There isn't really much to say, there isn't much decoration or finishing to really sing home about. So if I were Seiko, I would have just slapped a closed case bag on this, because there is nothing really that fascinating about this, and it's simply a workhorse movement which heavily features in the Seiko 5 lineups and also some of their other entry level automatics. It does the job. The watch comes with these hollow end links. Not surprising, because this is a Seiko 5, and the bracelet, as you can see, comes with this clasp. No comments, it's not good. And I once had a very exciting experience with this watch, or rather the bracelet, because one of the pins decided to come out, not at home, but when I was in the train. So it was a really exciting experience. You know, you are standing and then suddenly one of these fellas comes out, and the next thing you know, your watch is on the floor. Now we are coming to the end of the video, and if you feel like you are keen to get this watch or the alternative in stainless steel, I regret to inform you that this has most likely been discontinued. Yeah, that sucks, but there's always eBay, there's always going to be some guy on Reddit or some other internet platform trying to, trade or offload this watch. So you might be able to pick one up for slightly lesser than $300 US. And that is where this happens to be a better alternative than whatever Swatch have released, because this SNZH56 can be serviced, can be replaced, and this watch is very much moddable. Yeah, it's not bioceramic or any other fancy name for any other plastic, but you can get the job done. The Seiko SNZH55 or 57 is probably one of the more slept on models that the average consumer is not aware of, simply for the fact that you can get a whole Blanpain feel or vibe with a watch that comes at a fraction of the cost of the OG. As I've shown you in my previous video, this might be your best bet. As you enjoy the clicks of the bezel, don't forget to click on the like button and also subscribe and share for more watch related content that is coming your way. Thank you for your continued support to the channel. Take care.